On this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly, Eagle Scouts and redistricting. All this and more coming up next. Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Hannah Kestenberg. IPSD has been discussing potential redistricting boundaries. Saf has the story.
The Indian Prairie School District is incorporating a potential boundary change that can affect a significant amount of people.
We identified that there was declining enrollment, and in some places significantly declining enrollment in the southern portion of our district. But then there were also areas in the north of the district that were overcrowded or at capacity and are projected to continue to be at capacity. So RSP recommended and the board accepted the recommendation to start a boundary study then this summer into the fall.
With something as controversial as this, many people have a different opinion regarding this topic.
I'm for the boundary change just because, first of all, it can help a lot of people with their mental health. Maybe I know that juniors or seniors can have the choice to switch schools.
For the boundary change, I'm against it because with students moving schools, it can break the relationship for students with mental issues and depression. It could break the relationships with their teachers, their counselors. They'll help with that. And for transportation and students losing their good friends.
If the boundary change is implemented, the Welch and Equal area will be impacted the most.
The concepts continue to evolve and look at different ways we could work through the boundaries. I know that Stillwater area has been addressed. It's one of the further north areas that goes to Nequa, so there has been some discussion about it potentially going to another high school. But I think it's probably still too early to say.
If you'd like to know more about the potential boundary change, the district will hold 3 meetings at all 3 high schools on the dates November 8th to 10th from 7 to 9 p.m. Go to nvhs.ipsd.org to get more details, and for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Saf Khan.
Especially in this day and age, it's essential to tell what's real from what's fake. Salima gives you the rundown on how to navigate information from the internet.
Whether it's scrolling through TikTok or reading an article from a news app, we're constantly exposed to messages from the internet, but unfortunately, those messages aren't always true. Luckily enough, media literacy is a skill that can help us decipher fact from fiction.
It's essential because teenagers are inundated with media throughout their life, and understanding the meaning behind it, the credibility of it, and really where the sources come from is essential in evaluating the importance and the viability of it.
There are a few steps that you can take to become literate in media, one being fact-checking.
If you read something that you think is maybe controversial or might seem like it's not true, do research on it. See if you can find something else online. When you are looking at it online, is that something that is on other websites that are credible, or is this all on someone's personal blog page?
In addition to fact-checking, make sure to check for potential biases, consider the context, and take the author's purpose into account. You can also do your part by not spreading false info online, even if it's meant to be a joke.
It's important not only just for doing research for school, but it's important just knowing being able to spread fact between yourself and your peers in any sort of conversation that's happening, or if you're, discussing things that aren't necessarily true.
Remember, Wildcats, the internet is filled with both true and false narratives, and you have the power to determine what's what. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Salima Scott.
Each November, Nequa Valley holds an assembly that honors those who served in the military. Shandana gives you the details about an upcoming event.
Next Thursday, on the 11th, is Nequa's annual Veterans Day ceremony. Throughout the past 15 years of this event, the focus has always been family, with many Nequa students and staff members having personal connections to the military.
So the Veterans Day ceremony is a ceremony that honors our veterans that serve in any branch of the military. We're going to be looking to see how service really impacts the family members of those that have sons, daughters, brothers, sisters who serve in the military.
Veterans Day to me means sacrifice, and since my dad, he's in the Army and he's been serving for 28 years, he's he's spent many days and nights away from my family, and I'm proud of him for that, and I'm proud of all past and present veterans today.
The ceremony itself will take place in the auditorium during an extended 6th period. Among the many features during the event include senior Jaden Chapman's decision on why she enlisted in the Marines, as well as a collage honoring the members of staff whose families have served in the military. Despite teachers being able to sign up for their class to attend the event in person, the ceremony will be live streamed and posted to Nequa Media's YouTube channel. Thank you to all veterans who serve and continue to serve this country. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Shandana Malik.
An important person in the community is an Eagle Scout. Tyler gives you the info about 2 Wildcats you should know.
An important leadership role in our community would be the scouting program, which consists of boys and girls in leadership positions in the community.
So my project beneficiary was Hesed House, which is a local homeless shelter based in Aurora. And so I tried to give them computers to give back to the community because there's a growing digital divide and we need to give back. And so I wanted to give them full sets of computers with mice, keyboards, monitors, and just the computer in general because I want to bridge that. These computers will benefit the user's life. It'll give them computer skills. It'll let them apply for jobs. And when they're coming out of the shelter, they really don't have that support anymore.
If you are a current scout, your Eagle project is a big factor, but learning how to become an Eagle Scout requires hard work and dedication.
Being an Eagle Scout is important because it helps show leadership skills in the community. It also helps out the people and beneficiaries in need. As a current Eagle Scout, my job in my troop is to help out younger scouts find out what they want to do to help out the community for their Eagle Scout project. Lastly, being an Eagle Scout, it embraces your hard work and it really shows your pride in the Boy Scouting program.
Make sure to take some time and appreciate these scouts helping out our community daily. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Tyler Constantine.
Wildcat Weekly is a household name in the Nequa community. Emily gives you the story about a nomination that the student-produced show has received.
Every week, dedicated students in the broadcast journalism class work hard to release their edition of Wildcat Weekly to Nequa students and staff. However, recognition of the Wildcat Weekly show has pushed its way past the doors of Nequa Valley.
Wildcat Weekly was nominated for a National Student Production Award in the magazine category. These awards are from the National Television Academy, the folks that give out the Emmys. Across the country, it's divided into 25 different chapters. We belong to the Chicago Midwest chapter. Wildcat Weekly earned a Crystal Pillar, or the top award, last spring in the magazine category from the Chicago Midwest chapter. All of the chapter winners then go on to compete nationally. 5 entries were selected as nominees. We were one of those nominees. So we are one of 5 nominees for the National Student Production Award in the magazine category.
While this nomination is an honor in itself, Wildcat Weekly producers are extremely excited for what this prestigious award may bring to the program.
I really hope that this nomination gives Wildcat Weekly the recognition that it deserves. Each week, us students work really hard to produce these shows, which then goes to our story, and I just think it would be awesome if our hard work got some recognition and applause.
With results coming out in late November, we wish the entirety of the Wildcat Weekly staff good luck on their journey to collect yet another Crystal Pillar. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Emily Baptista.
Good luck to the boys cross-country team as they head off to state tomorrow. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.